Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Markham, Ontario, Canada, and even more specifically than that, we are standing here in front of the Pride of Canada. Now, this summer, when summer starts, I like to get out and go to the amusement parks. When the amusement parks start being opened all week long, I like to visit the different amusement parks out there, kind of in a race. You know, amusement parks actually have a fairly short season, so I'm racing around to the amusement parks. I try to spend the summer months visiting different theme parks, and I've kind of been trying to pay extra attention to carousels while I'm at theme parks and amusement parks. I visited the Herschel Carousel Factory and Museum in Tonawanda, New York earlier in the year, and it kind of gave me an appreciation for carousels, the artistry, the design that goes into those. So kind of as I go to these different amusement parks, trying to pay close attention to the different carousels and see the different variety of carousels here. And I've seen a lot of very, very old carousels on this on this journey as I traveled into these different amusement parks. But here we have a very new carousel. This carousel is called the Pride of Canada. It's just here, it's not in an amusement park, it's just here in downtown Markham, Ontario, Canada. It was only created in 2016. A very new carousel, but it's a very unique carousel. It was made out of recycled junk. A junk folk artist designed the animals on the carousel, and then the carousel itself was actually designed by the same gentleman who designed the King Arthur's carousel at Disneyland. So very interested, as we go on this journey to see different carousels, very interested in checking this one out. So please follow me. And the artist that designed the animals on the carousel is Patrick Amiot. You can see one of his works out here, this baseball player. I think that is at the Toronto Blue Jays. Is that what they're called? You can see one of his eyes there is a dial. Lots of different items to create his body here. The baseball and his catching glove there. So this apparently is an ice skating rink right here. It says rink is unsupervised, use at your own risk. Now apparently in the winter it is a ice skating rink. In the summer it's just a big puddle. As we see here, the carousel sits under this roofed area, so I guess it can operate in stormy weather. Over here we see a cat playing the fiddle from the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle. Oh, look at here. Here's the carousel as it's starting to turn, and oh my gosh, this is awesome. Just look at all these intricately created junk sculptures that you can actually ride on. There's a telephone there, the mermaid. Oh, so many cool things to, it's just almost too much to even look at. Again, a lot of this was to celebrate Canada, so there's Canadian objects here on the carousel. Yeah, I'll do my best to identify some of them, but if you see something, leave a comment in the comments section letting me know how it relates to Canada. Look at that car right there, that's so cool. It's a dog. This is so good, so much fun. Let's just look at some of the wild stuff that's on here. This giant telephone you can ride. I'm guessing that's because Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone, lived in Canada for a time. See the big hockey mask back there with the maple leaf on it. Down here there's this giant mermaid, just absolute massive mermaid, and it does have a Prince Edward Island license plate. Looks like a lot of the figures do have license plates on them. So I don't know if are there mermaids at Prince Edward's Island? So look at this, this salmon here, and the big ice skate. I think this might be one of my favorites on here, the giant Mountie centaur. It's got the body of a horse, the top part of a Mountie. Also, you can see the little car here, the eyes, and the gas. Oh, starting to move again. I'm still taking everything in. This is just remarkable. Stand back here, kind of get a full view of the carousel in motion. Just one of the most creative carousels I've ever seen. Love the old school, old carousels, but I love a modern twist as well. Some creativity there. This guy here riding a more traditional carousel horse. It says, "Ride on Dan." I'm guessing the horse's name here is Dan. You can also see above the carousel the reflection there in the ceiling. See the pig there, but back there is like a snowy mountain with a chairlift on it. It's an actual chairlift hanging there that you can actually ride a carousel on a chairlift. This dog in a bathtub is pretty hilarious. And then the violin back there. I've actually rode on a violin on a carousel before. There's this orca whale here. You can see its vicious teeth. Got is that a rainbow trout there, and Native American there in a canoe in the back. And then just look at this giant moose. That's probably the largest carousel animal I've ever seen. Have the beaver there, the busy beaver on a log. See a giant, scary-looking rabbit peering at us through here. You can actually ride on a little school bus. A little school bus has people in it. It's so inventive. The bee there, and then look at that. There's Niagara Falls, and you can ride in the barrel going over Niagara Falls there. Giant ice skate, some ducks, a lobster, and then a female version of the Mountie centaur. All right, it's $3 for a ride, 2 for $5. I went ahead and got 3 rides here on the carousel. All right, this is going to be a hard choice here to pick a figure. I don't even want to say animal because they're not all animals. See the moose right here. There's that beaver. If you can ride a backwards raccoon head, that is absolutely amazing. Yeah, just getting a look here at some of these. I love the Niagara Falls chariot. And through the ducks here, the Mountie. Yeah, I was just taking a look. Can't decide. Okay, look at this chicken's gizzard is an old baseball glove. That's amazing. All right, I think we're gonna take our first ride on the Mountie centaur. I think this has to be it. In the circle here, what's behind me? I'm trying to see all the animals behind me. Can you see a Mountie here that I've mounted? He's looking on his binoculars there as we travel around. I love centaurs on carousels. I don't think we see enough centaurs on carousels, so happy to ride the Mountie centaur here. As we go up and down here, you actually see there's art in the center of the carousel as well. See the different things there. Guys on the canoe. There's a phone booth with Superman in the middle. Oh, that I didn't even notice that. That's a corn cob right there in front of us. We got a salmon and a corn cob. I guess that's some sort of tractor right there. See the phone up front. Yeah, this is so much fun. So I love the ingenuity here. See our Mountie there, always keeping an eye out, looking out around the carousel with his binoculars. as we slow to a crawl here. All right, going on our second ride here. There's our Mountie. Was very happy to be able to ride the Mountie, but I think we're gonna have the unique experience this time of riding a ski lift chair on a carousel. Oh, there's the bell. There's the bell ringing. Oh, there we go. Figures going up and down. Guys here over my shoulder. Skiers there in the little miniature ski lift. And an actual ski lift. I wonder where this came from. So much fun. The entire time I was sitting in the ski lift, this giant horse's head was staring at me, going up and down, up and down. All right, we're gonna take one more ride here on the carousel. So many things to choose from. The orca, the delicious bass there. Also got little cars, and got the Native American in the canoe there. But I think riding this Pride of Canada carousel, the Canadian themed carousel, I think we're gonna have to hop aboard this mighty moose. All right, let's board our moose here. He has a baseball glove for a waddle as well. Just step on here. Canoe there, going up and down. There's a cow driving that car there. Got a ship there. It's from Nova Scotia. You can see they put license plates on everything to kind of let you know what part of Canada they're from. Just look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably one of my favorite carousels of all time. Like, I love old school carousels, love the ancient beauty of the carousel, but I also love you turn a concept on its head, do something creative and new with it, and this is just perfect. Good look here at the inside, the beat up hockey player, guys in the canoe, the phone booth there. Different things from Canadian history, a guy holding all those fish. I think we're slowing down. I think our final ride here is about to come to an end. Oh, I love this. I love this rabbit so much. He's so terrifying. Yeah, the cow driving the car there. And you can just, if you look closely, you can see little pieces that you use to create the junk cart, the saw handles there on the tail of the fish. That fin is a shovel. Some sort of mirrors there used for the eyes. And a dial there, the orca's eyeball. Say goodbye to the carousel there. You can see the little guy in the plane is a bowling pin. Yeah, this dog in the bathtub is hilarious. And the orca's surprisingly vicious looking. All right, say goodbye to the beaver over here as we leave the carousel area. Oh, look at this, just notice on the train here, look at the detail, little animals there incorporated into the design of the train. Yeah, you can just stay here all day and notice little things about the different carousel animals here. It says Buenvenido there. We see the dog there juggling bowling pins. Absolutely love the Pride of Canada carousel here. So much creativity, so much ingenuity, and then, you know, there's so many things reflecting Canada there on the carousel. You know, I love tracking down old classic carousels, but I also love seeing the ingenuity. And of course, I've asked out there if you know cool carousels, old carousels. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you know of any new creative carousels, leave a comment as well. But there was one other place I wanted to visit today before we left Canada. Let's go. We have traveled back into the city of Toronto to check out Little Canada. So I actually came out here to Little Canada last year for the first time. It is a wonderful attraction, and it is a Little Canada. It's a miniature version of Canada, different cities and areas of Canada done with scale models. They don't have the in every city yet. They're actually working. It's an expanding attraction. They're slowly building new cities. So I actually want to see what is new. But last time I was here, I went inside of a big scanning machine. I scanned myself, and I had my miniature placed inside of Little Canada. So you can have yourself 3D printed, and they will put you in a display in Little Canada. And apparently my figure has been inserted into a scene in Little Canada. So I'm really excited to return and go visit the little tiny version of the Carpetbagger here at Little Canada. All right, we enter right here. It's a little sample scene there of Canada. City down there.
Here you go.
All right.
Sesame. All right, good day. Press the B button here.
B button?
That's right.
All right, the B button.
Step over to your right.
Takes us to Little Canada. We hop in the elevator here. And here we are. We'll check in and buy our tickets here, and then we'll go in and see the tiny, tiny country of Canada. All right, got our little ticket there. It was $32 Canadian. We follow the giant finger there. The moose on the end, the very tiny moose. Welcome, we love all giants. And we start out in one of my favorite parts of Canada, Little Niagara. Now we enter Little Canada through Niagara Falls, which is actually usually the same way I enter Big Canada. Oh, you see actually night is falling here. It's getting dark out. As over here, I think this is the only part of Little Canada that shows the United States. This is Goat Island in Niagara Falls, New York. This is kind of in between the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls. Oh, look at that. They light up the falls at night there. As night falls here on Little Canada, we can see them illuminate the falls. There you can see the Maid of the Mist there, passing past the Cave of the Winds. Of course, the Maid of the Mist, they wear those blue rain ponchos. The Cave of the Winds, they wear yellow rain ponchos. Comes over here in front of the American Falls. You can see all the buildings lit up here in Niagara Falls, Canada, all the hotels. And there it is, Clifton Hill, lit up in neon at night. One thing I've never done in Niagara Falls is this tower here, which I'm not recalling the name of the tower, but you can take an elevator up to the top. It's like an observation tower. One of the few things that I've just not gotten around to doing in Niagara Falls. Definitely want to make a note of trying to check out that tower next time I'm in town. And morning has broken here in Niagara Falls, and when I had myself scanned, when I had the little Carpetbagger created, they asked me where I wanted to place him in Canada, and of course I couldn't think of anywhere else that I wanted to be other than Clifton Hill. So I asked them to place me in Clifton Hill. You just give like a general idea, nothing too specific. And so they placed me right here in front of Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is, I just couldn't think of a place I'd rather be in a miniature world than in front of a Ripley's in a tiny Clifton Hill. And you see me right there. That's me right there in my red Dinosaur Land t-shirt, just standing there on the side of the street in front of the Ripley's Believe It or Not. This is a replica of the Ripley's Believe It or Not in Niagara Falls on Clifton Hill. Can you see me? Can you tell it's me? And yep, there I am, standing there on the side of the street, front. Oh, careful! Watch out, Carpetbagger. You don't want to get hit by a car. It would be the first time that Carpetbagger walked out in front of a vehicle. Yeah, but look at me, just joining people on the streets of Clifton Hill. Little miniature people with a little Carpetbagger, and you know what? I'm so excited to be part of their world. And here's where I normally enter the country of Canada, here at the border crossing at the border here in Niagara Falls. And you know, one time it was not this particular border stop where I had my my taser incident, where I got in trouble for having a taser flashlight in my car while crossing into Canada. But because of that incident, my passport is flagged. So a lot of the times, not every time, but a lot of times when I travel through here, they make me pull my car right into that area right there, and I wait while they rifle through my stuff, dig through my suitcases to make sure that I don't have anything I'm not supposed to. And I've been really careful. I've not brought in anything into Canada that I'm not supposed to ever since that one harrowing incident. Yeah, their Clifton Hill looks so amazing. It's got that Frankenstein's castle right in the middle, and that's one of the first things I think of when I think of Clifton Hill, is Frankenstein's castle, the haunted house there. It's got a Burger King in it. It's got the big Frankenstein eating the Whopper on top. This is usually where I park when I come into Niagara Falls. I'll park back behind the wheel and the dinosaur golf. There's a little parking area there that I like to use. You can see the dinosaur golf there, and even have a chomping T-Rex head there as a trap. So I was talking to a gentleman here, and apparently this may not have been a total coincidence. Me being placed in front of Ripley's seems like a remarkable coincidence, but it seems like the gentleman I was talking to, seems like they may have been familiar with me, with some of my videos. So when it was their job to put me in a certain place, they thought it was a very suitable place to put me in front of Ripley's, believe it or not. And I definitely 100% agree. Yeah, I wonder, little Carpetbagger, what he's gonna do after he's done visiting Ripley's. He's probably gonna go over here to the Great Canadian Midway, head inside. There's a spooky dark ride inside, a spooky interactive dark ride. Then probably gonna go back there to Louis Tussaud's Wax Museum and observe the wax figures. Then after that, probably gonna go down and take a walk through Frankenstein's castle and get a little spooky. Some attractions are immortalized here that are no longer there. See the Guinness World Record Museum. And I do love the sense of whimsy that they have here at Little Canada. You can see the fun house there, which is a real fun house on Clifton Hill. And you can see there's little clowns running out in the street. There's an attraction known as the Upside Down House, which is a upside down house that you're able to walk through and tour. Uh-oh, so it looks like night is falling once again here on Clifton Hill. So happy to finally be a part of it and have my little tiny doppelganger inserted here in Niagara Falls, Canada. Our next destination is down the escalator here. And here we have Little Toronto, which is where we currently are in. We are in Little Toronto, inside of Big Toronto. You see the CN Tower there, where you can look out over the city and over Lake Ontario. Now, to me, the city of Toronto has a very distinct look, the very interesting geometric patterns in the buildings. See the train rolling into town there. See a little double-decker tourist bus there, giving a little tour of the city of Toronto. the different types of trains they have. See the Ripley's Aquarium in Canada. I've been there a couple times. There seems to be a row of people up on the roof. Not sure what they're doing. You can see the very interesting design there of these apartment towers that they have in Toronto. There's the Rogers Center. You can see it's got the retractable roof. It's currently opening up. Looks like they may be having a baseball game inside there, letting in the sunlight here. Oh yeah. See all the people there watching the baseball game. Oh, okay. So this front part here is also moving. So that slides. Okay, so that slides open as well, unveiling even more of the current baseball game. Who's winning down there? I really want to go to a baseball game. I know I don't really follow baseball, but I'd love the experience. I don't know, going to sporting games, I think is an experience in its own. So I may want to someday. Maybe I'm gonna check out a baseball game. It'd be cool to go here. This is a real cool stadium. I think it'll be cool just to be able to see the different stadiums and how they're laid out. And I love the layers to this. This is the building we are currently in. I guess we headed downstairs in the elevator to the Little Canada section. Right there is Little Niagara. So let's see. So I would be my little version would be right down there. So yeah, I am standing here looking at a miniature version which theoretically would contain the miniature me here inside the big version. Inside this building here is the miniature version of the building we are in, miniature version of the city we are in, and a miniature version of the attraction we are in. The attraction containing a miniature version of me, who is currently looking at this attraction. And there's the Little Toronto that we are currently in. Currently in the Little Toronto in this area. And you know what? You got to give it to Little Canada that they do great with the Easter eggs. Like there's like a next door to where we are right now. They have like a secret lab with a mad scientist making fake people. This part of Canada here is called Golden Horseshoe. And you can look down in here and you can see little tiny hockey players playing a little tiny game of hockey. It's a little snack area here, Little Bites. This actually wasn't here in this location back when I was here in December. This is the Gatineau Balloon Festival. Says this is every Labor Day weekend. They have this hot air balloon in Ottawa, and man, it looks fun. Not only is there all these cool hot air balloons, it looks like they have a carnival here as well. You got the Wild Mouse roller coaster there. There's some bumper cars there. Looks like one of the bumper cars has gotten loose. It's a pie eating contest going on there, but they're eating so many pies they're having to bring in a dump truck full of pies. See the little miniature freak show there. The tiny little freaks of nature. It's the Canadian capital of Ottawa, and here every day at Little Canada they're having a little miniature Canada Day celebration here in front of the Parliament building. Here's the Littleization station where you can enter this pod, and this is where they will do the 3D scanning so you can have yourself inserted into the exhibit. You can also, you know, have miniature versions of yourself to keep as well. But I don't know, I thought it was really fun to be able to add myself to the actual exhibit. Here we have Little Quebec. Now I have been to Quebec, but I've never done any filming there. I've never filmed a video for this channel in Quebec. I need to get back up there and do some exploring. It's a place I've not really seen a lot of. You can see the car there going across that icy bridge. And under the bridge there you see Maurice the Moose. He's kind of like a Where's Waldo type character. Maurice the Moose will pop up in different displays here, different, you know, you can find him all over the place hiding. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt to see how many of Maurice the Moose you can find while visiting here. He has a moose and he's like, see, he's completely colored like the Canadian flag. Oh no, it looks like there's some sort of giant squid monster that they're digging up here in the streets of Quebec. Let's see, miniature mission control here. I guess everything is controlled here in Little Canada. You can see all these different cameras showing different angles of the displays, keeping the trains running, keeping everything running how it should. And here we have the Little East Coast. This is the newest section here at Little Canada. This was not open last time I came by. It only opened in May. See the boat there. It's got a giant lobster there in the back. You can see the boats there at the dock listing with the water. And I do spot Maurice the Moose over there on the porch. This is Magnetic Hill, a roadside attraction in New Brunswick. It says that you appear to be going uphill, but you're actually going down a slope. It says that amusement park and festival grounds are also part of the attraction. I'm gonna check that out someday. And there's Magnetic Hill. You can see the car rolling uphill backwards. So the east coast of Canada, that's definitely part of Canada I have never had the opportunity to explore. Oh, it looks like it's pretty rowdy here. You have someone, I don't even know what's that. There's an octopus crawling on the bar there. There's someone squirting a big bottle of sauce onto, what is happening here? It's like a giant food fight going on here. There's another Maurice the Moose sighting. See the whale waving its tail there, sticking out of the water. This is Halifax, Nova Scotia here. See the boat, people out on the docks. Over here it says this is the Bay of Fundy. They have the says they have the highest tides in the world. You can see it actually filling in right there. It says it fills every 8 minutes. It goes all the way in and out. It's a little golf course right there. You can see the golfer there. He must have got his golf ball stuck in the sand. And oh no, there's a giant human-sized golf ball there on the course. There are Cavendish Farms over there. See a giant potato? Oh, it says Potato Museum. I thought the only potato museum was in Idaho, but apparently there is one in Cavendish. What is that? It's an ice cream cart being pedaled by a cow. So much fun stuff hiding in here. Cemetery there. Be careful, there is a spooky ghost lurking in the woods. You see the giant red chair here It says have a giant seat. Hell, I've been shrunk why this chair is so absurdly large. You can see the map here of Little Canada. We came in Little Niagara, where I live. You can see they're adding a lot of new areas. Little Prairies coming soon, Little Rockies coming soon, Little West Coast, I guess Vancouver area coming soon. They already have Quebec, but they're going to be having a Montreal section coming soon. A little East Coast here just opened up, and yeah, it's really exciting. A little north here, I guess, still under construction as well. So yeah, they're adding quite a bit of new areas to Little Canada. You can see here the artists at work creating the miniatures, creating the little figures. You can see tiny little figures there. Look at that. They have a little Oompa Loompa with a Wonka bar there. They have little tiny Batman and Robin there. You can see the meticulous work there. You can see that she is putting a tiny little chair together by hand, just taking the little sticks there and just building a tiny little chair. That's a ridiculous amount of work and precision there. Absolutely amazing. You can see through this window here where they're making the Little North. I guess they're currently like cutting everything and putting it into place. See some construction workers there buried in snow. They've moved things around a little bit. Last time I came, this was actually the snack area, and they moved that into the middle of the exhibit. I guess they're not using this space currently. Exiting through the gift shop here, they actually have little kits where you can make your own buildings, your own little miniature buildings there. That's pretty neat. Yeah, you can see the tiny buildings for sale. Take a little miniature animal home with you. Just a little tiny moose. So I guess we're gonna have to come back next year for the Little West Coast. And I guess us giants exit through here. Oh, there's two seagulls. They're fighting over a piece of pizza. Delicious piece of street pie. Uh-oh, it just turned into a three-way fight. Oh no, these pigeons are thinking about getting involved. This is a highly coveted piece of street pizza they're fighting at. Oh no, and here comes the cars. The ultimate end of things. Thank you for joining me here today in Toronto, Canada. I was very excited to get back here to Little Canada and finally see the little miniature Carpetbagger in Niagara Falls. And I was so excited they put me in front of Ripley's, believe it or not. I thought it was the perfect place to have me. So if you come out here to Little Canada, if you want to spot the little Carpetbagger, just check out, go to Clifton Hill, go out in front of Ripley's, and that's where I'll be. And you know, every once in a while I'll be in front of the real Ripley's in Clifton Hill. I love visiting Clifton Hill, but thank you so much for coming along today. Appreciate you watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun random stuff. If you'd like to help contribute to the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more. Get your postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, and doing cameos, personalized messages, greetings, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever you're interested in. All that information is in the description of this video. And of course, all that goes to help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. And until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.